Okay, how's it going, everyone? Good evening. Welcome back to the VRML. I'm your host, Gibular Bob, and we're back today with another VRML scrim. We have Green Clover Gaming versus Damnation today. This is going to be an interesting game. I haven't seen either of these teams play before, but I think we're in for a good game. Actually, let me post this to the Discord so that everyone knows we are currently live at twitch.tv/gibularbob. And make sure, if you do enjoy the stream today, that you drop a follow, because that'll help me to do more of these. And there we go. We're now live and good to go. Let's take a look at our players today. Over on Damnation, we have Custestodes. I'm sorry if I butcher that. I really am. I'm sorry. We also have Vendetta, Jackaboy, Mike, and Flair. And on the side of Green Clover Gaming, they are clan tag GCG. We have Dragon Cozy 05, King Nitri, the Royal Chef, Viper, and Sparks. Sparks, I've actually played, I believe, with and against Sparks at some point. But we're going to get into the game here right away. First map on Hideout. Of course, remember that it is a best of three maps, that is. So whoever wins this is already going to have one foot in the door for victory. So let's take a look here at our teams and our economy starting off. Looks like Damnation's going to start off with 4 Spectrals, Static and Cyclone. They're getting ready. We have our fellows over at Green Clover Gaming with 3 Spectrals. We're seeing a Jesper from Dragon, and a Cyclone and a Drone from Sparks. Interesting round 1 loadouts here. You don't see too many Cyclones in pro play after its nerf in the previous patch. And it looks like Sparks is going to swap out the Drone for a Foam, and Dragon is going to start with the... Oh, excuse me, Chef has the Drone instead. As 1 frag is immediately discarded. And it looks like Dragon and Royal Chef are going to open up the family room balcony. As King looks to open up the window of a family room balcony. There goes the hatch. Viper and Dragon both moving in. As Kuss goes to peek. Almost gets killed, but not quite. They'll make it out of that one. And we still have Sparks up top on the hatch, peeking, making sure that the team is covered, which might not always be the most rewarding role or position, but it's quite a crucial one as the rest of the team goes and looks to wrap into the map. Royal Chef just outside the door to the bathroom or A site. Sparks still up on the hatch as King took quite a bit of damage on 26 health. And Custestodes is on 23 as the Foam is applied to the bathroom wall. Green Clover potentially looking to pop that as King Nitri. Oh, did not go in the room yet. And it looks like Custestodes and Vendetta are watching the family room as a frag is tossed in. Royal Chef will take out Custestodes with a headshot. Vendetta takes some damage as Mike moves into the room now. Gets the headshot on the Royal Chef. And King Nitri has already moved into the room and planted the EMP. This will switch the time in favor of the attackers as Sparks gets the headshot on Jackaboy. And Dragon Cozy will kill Flair and Mike with the double kill on both Nitri and Dragon Cozy, but gets taken out, Viper takes out Vendetta, and Mike is still alive, and it's a 1v2 right now, as Viper takes out Mike. First round goes to Green Clover. And I am just realizing now that they are Green Clover. Excuse me. Kind of an embarrassing mistake. It's only my second one of these. Apologies. Let's go into our second round here. Let's take a look at the scoreboard really quick. Because Mike got 3 kills that round. And Viper dropping 2. And it looks like these sites are going to shift over to kitchen and dining room. As Damnation looks... oh, they're in garage right now. Potentially fortifying that. We're not seeing a whole lot of map prep from them. As they prepare, they're going to hard eco. And we're seeing 2 Spectrals, 2 Jespers, and Flare actually with no weapons so far. As Green Clover Gaming looks to close out this round pretty quickly. Although we do see a lot of eco, they're potentially saving for Vezin's next round. As the drone comes up, and Royal Chef is going to drone into Garage. Vendetta and Jackaboy are both watching Garage right now. As we have King Nitri right outside of Laundry with the EMP. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's our 5th? Oh, here we go. Sparks all the way on the other side of the map. Potentially looking for a flank. As Vendetta and Jackaboy are the only 2 left in Garage. Vendetta will exchange some fire with Dragon. Vendetta does take out Dragon. Royal Chef takes on Vendetta, and Viper will get that headshot on Jackaboy. Whoops. King Nitri will take out Custodes. Mike is taken out by Sparks. Flare's taken down by King Nitri's. Flare, very low on health, 18 to be exact. As it is now a 2v2 with potentially Royal Chef and Viper having a little more material advantage over Damnation. Oh, and Royal Chef will take some shots from Mike as Viper closes the kill out on Mike. Flares in the pantry. Oh, and a great headshot from Royal Chef. And Chef is going to go for that EMP plant to secure the points, and you get a little extra money for doing that too. So let's take a look at our scoreboard. Mike is currently on top of the Damnation team with 4 kills, while Flare comes in second with 1-2. Custodes is 0-2 right now. Vendetta 1-2 and Jackaboy 0-2. And over on Green Clover Gaming, King Nitri is on top with 1-2. Royal Chef is second with 3-1. Viper 4-0. Dragon Cozy 1-2 and Sparks 1-1. But of course, that will change quite quickly because we are only on round 3. And let's take a look at our eco here. As it looks like Green Clover Gaming is going all in on the Vezins now. They've ecoed the first 2 rounds. And so now they're ready to pull out the Vezins as Damnation also going all Vezins except for Jackaboy, who is running the RL right now. Let's take a look. It's potentially a gym garage, maybe. As a frag goes down, and King Nitri takes a lot of damage, but Sparks will secure that headshot on Mike. As Viper opens up the window over into A and gets taken down by Flare. He'll drop the EMP. Sparks and Nitri looking to recover the EMP. As Royal Chef still droning. Sparks does recover that EMP. And it looks like Flare is currently the only one in Site B right now. Jackaboy and Vendetta sticking to A. As Dragon Cozy and Royal Chef make it into the house. And they do both the wall and hatch technique. Sparks will take out Custodes. Dragon Cozy with the headshot on Jackaboy. This allows them to see further into the boiler. As Dragon Cozy takes out Flare, gym wall is breached. And no one is currently in gym from Damnation. B is actually being completely cut off. as it doesn't look like any of the revolters. Oh, yes, it's down to a 1 versus 4 with Vendetta, the only one left. Vendetta does have a Vezin and a heal. Stranger things have happened. This is still winnable, although it will be quite difficult as Green Clover Gaming looks to move into the site. And they've planted it, and they put it in a very advantageous position for them, so now they can just kind of sit outside if they want. As Sparks rounds the corner and is killed by Vendetta with a headshot. Vendetta doesn't check the left fast enough and is taken down by Dragon Cozy. Round 3 will go to Green Clover Gaming. Green Clover having a great first game here. 3-0. As Damnation is going to be put a little bit behind on the eco, as Green Clover will now, well, we have 3 Vezins. Sparks can afford another Vezin. And we're on round 4, so we're getting close to halftime. Damnation will probably want to get some rounds, and they're going to need to get some rounds here, because Green Clover has the potential to take this to a 6-0 and get, if they win the first pistol round after halftime, they'll walk away with the first match. Of course, there is still a lot of time before that happens. So anything can really happen. We saw last week, or excuse me, we just saw the other day, as we had some Spectrals versus some Vezins. And the Spectrals actually were able to beat the Vezins. That was a good match, by the way. As Custis Todes, watching Family Room, notices that the window up there is broken, but Viper goes into drone. And they now know that Custis Todes is in there. And there's a potential for a peek. As Viper takes down Custis Todes. The drone continues to move and scout out the Family Room balcony. And now into A, which is guarded by Mike, as Vendetta, Jackaboy, and Flare are all watching over B. King Nitri has popped the hatch with the EMP. Sparks is up there as well. Viper is out on the Family Room window. Are we potentially going to see the same exact play as the last time? It would work for them, most likely, if somebody can watch the rotation between bedroom and Family Room. As Royal Chef goes to pop the bathroom wall again. Mike and Vendetta are now in A, both watching that same wall. They've probably heard that by now. As Dragon Cozy is taken out by Mike. Mike gets a double headshot on both Royal Chef and Dragon Cozy. Was not expecting that. 2 great one-taps from Mike, as it's now a 3 versus 4. And Jackaboy, looks like Jackaboy is moving around through bedroom, as Vendetta and Mike both watch the Family Room. And there's a frag that goes into A, but it doesn't quite kill anybody. Vendetta taking some Knut shots out towards the Family Room. And that laser gives Vendetta away. Very clearly, Viper will get that headshot, as Flare is also very low. And it's now a 3 versus 3. Green Clover have evened this out, as it comes down to Jackaboy, Mike, and Flare to defend. And Mike does get taken down by King Nitri. The EMP it has not been recovered yet. There we go. King Nitri picks up the EMP as Flare moves to cover the closet. And this is going to be tough, because now Green Clover has all of their bases covered. Viper has a great peek, as Viper takes out Jackaboy with the headshot. It's now down to just Flare, who is one-handing the Knut and gets taken down by King Nitri. Round 4 goes to Green Clover, as Green Clover came in with an explosive performance, actually talking with Viper. They were training for about an hour and warming up before this match, so they came prepared. They didn't want to lose, so they practiced for quite a bit of time before they started here, as they are now back to almost all Vezins, as Royal Chef keeps the Cadillo. And Damnation is forced again to eco. Well, a few of their players are. Custodes and Flare, most notably, are the only two running Vezins. They're going to need to pick up some rounds here because they're giving Green Clover quite the lead. And it won't take much for them to win after halftime. But right now, it's currently round 5, so there's plenty of time. And we have a Viper from Jackaboy, Canut from Vendetta again, and Flare running the Taurus. As it looks like they are going to try breaching the the gym and bar combo from the wine cellar. As Jackaboy upstairs does take some shots at Sparks, and Sparks will take down Jackaboy with the headshot. Very good counterplay from Sparks. As there's now... Oh, Custodes is down by Dragon Cozy in the hallway just outside of A. And we have Vendetta behind the bars. That's a great frag, but it doesn't hit anyone. Vendetta is taken down by Dragon Cozy. Mike tries to get the wallbang. Viper has wrapped into the arcade as Mike takes the bar seat. And some shots will be exchanged over there as the wall in bar is broken. Dragon Cozy will take that headshot on Mike. Flare's now the only one, and Flare gets a great frag grenade on the Royal Chef. Flare is now the only one left. It is now a 1 versus 4 once again. This Flare will really need to play this smart. Only has the Taurus, which could be quite difficult to get the 4K here. As EMP is getting planted behind the bar, Flare goes to shoot Dragon Cozy, but Dragon Cozy is just a little too quick on the trigger. And round 5 will go to Green Clover Gaming. And here we are on halftime, and things are looking a little bit dire for Damnation. They're going to need to get around here, but it might not be this one, and they might have to look to draw it because they're quite low on money. And Flare, as you can see, is the only one who's able to afford a Vezin. Meanwhile, over on Green Clover Gaming, they're kind of rolling in the cash as both Dragon Cozy, King Nighttree, Viper, and Sparks are all running Vezins. They have 2 heals, and Royal Chef is running the Cadillo. It looks like it's going to be another garage breach as King Nighttree is watching the rotation in the laundry room. And hopefully, Damnation will get... Maybe they'll get this round. Hopefully they do, because otherwise this is going to be a very fast game. And Royal Chef is popping out the drone again. Green Clover is very good with their drone play. Flare takes the corner in garage. As Custodes takes out the drone, and an instant is popped in between the van. Flare potentially looking to get a flank here, but is taken out by Dragon Cozy. And Sparks takes out Mike. Jackaboy does take out Sparks. Jackaboy in foyer, of course, taking some shots at garage. And Vendetta and Custodes are holding down Site B as King Nighttree goes to peek. And does get quite low as Vendetta goes to swing around the corner, but is going the wrong way. King Nighttree is taken out by Custodes as Vendetta is taken out by Dragon Cozy. It's now up to Jackaboy and Custodes to prevent the sweep into halftime as Viper and Dragon Cozy are looking to close it out. And Custodes taking cover in the cabinet there does have the EMP right by them. As Dragon Cozy will need to push up, and that's a great frag as Viper takes out Jackaboy. Custodes is not killed by that frag. Looking the wrong way as Dragon Cozy comes up right behind and gets the headshot. And Green Clover wins the first half of the game as we go into the pistol round. And let's take a look at our scoreboard really quick as Dragon Cozy on top with 11-3. Great game by Dragon. King Nitri 3-3, Viper 8-1. Great game from Viper. 5-3 from Sparks, and Royal Chef running a very modest 3-4. Over on Damnation, Mike is on top with 6-6. The only one to go to go neutral on the team. Flare 3-6, Vendetta 3-6, Custis Totus 1-6, and Jackaboy 1-6. As it looks like it's going to be a potential garage rush. Some team relations going on over there at Damnation. As we see mostly Spectrals coming out from Green Clover Gaming. Let me change this. As the round starts, and we do hear a drone coming from Damnation. They pop open the bedroom window. Vendetta dumps shots into a wall. And we have Dragon Cozy downstairs in foyer, potentially looking to get a sneak attack on Damnation as they full rush into the bedroom. And they are quite aggressive, as that's a great frag, but King Nitri will get behind the wall just before anything happens. Royal Chef takes down Custis Totus. Vendetta on Royal Chef. Vendetta takes down King Nitri. Mike takes down Viper. And Sparks and Dragon are the only two up right now. As the EMP does get planted, Mike takes down Dragon Cozy. EMP planted in B. As it comes down to Sparks, who gets taken down by Mike. And Damnation have won their very first round in the game. Now, unfortunately, they can't actually win this game anymore. All they can do is tie it up. But they're going to definitely look to do that because it would be better than going into the next game with one match down and going over to Green Clover Gaming. As the Eco starts to come out from Green Clover, they will have two Spectrals, Cyclone, two Jespers. I got confused for a moment there, but Green Clover is on defense now. As Custis Totus, Vendetta, and Mike all pull out the Vezins. We're seeing a Flare. We're seeing Flare running Spectral, and Jackaboy with the Aurel and the Heal. Vendetta will have the EMP, and it looks like they might be getting ready to do a gym rush. They were incredibly aggressive last round. So let's see. Maybe they caught Green Clover off guard by just how aggressive they were. And Green Clover was definitely a lot more passive as Vendetta goes to blow the wall. Some wonderful artwork there. And it's malformed. As they go to open the laundry window, actually, no one from Green Clover is upstairs. Jackaboy, potentially going in garage, does go in garage. As Custis Totus flanks around the outside. And Mike takes some shots, but does take out Dragon Cozy in the process. As King Nitri and Royal Chef both holding storage just outside of Gym. And the EMP does get planted by Mike as King Nitri goes for a crazy flank play and does take out Jackaboy. Royal Chef takes out Vendetta. Mike takes out King Nitri. Flare takes out Royal Chef. And it's now down to Viper and Sparks against Mike and Custis Totus. And there goes the door blocker. This Viper exchanges some fire with Custis Totus. Mike is very low on 32 health, but is watching from the outside, and pressure on Green Clover Gaming as it's the 30-second warning, and Viper does get recovered. That Vezin. Sparks is upstairs, gets the flank, potentially on Mike. No, it doesn't happen. Mike, with two very well-placed headshots, saves Damnation and keeps them going into another round. And round 9, as it is 6-2. Let's take a look at our leaderboard really quick. Damnation, they are not going out quietly. As Dragon Cozy still on the top with 11-5. Nitri 4-5 moves up into second place. Viper 10-3. Royal Chef 5-6, and Sparks 5-5. As over on Damnation, Mike is 13-6, Flare 4-7, Custis Totis 1-8, Vendetta 5-7, and Jackaboy 1-8. And Damnation are looking to bring this back, again, to tie it up so that they can go neutral into the next match. But of course, if Green Clover wins even one round, it will be all over for Hideout for Damnation. But Damnation, quite aggressive with their attacks. They're very fast, and I think that's really catching Green Clover off guard, as Viper is roaming down in Family Room right now. Custis Totis breaches in through the basement. Some counterplay to the counterplay as Mike opens up the Family Room balcony. Checking downstairs, gets headshot by, a Viper headshots Mike. Custis Totis is taken down by Viper. So the counterplay to the counterplay got counterplayed. Jackaboy takes down both Sparks and the Royal Chef as Flare and Jackaboy drop into the bedroom. Jackaboy goes into Family Room balcony. Viper takes down Vendetta, a triple kill from Viper. And it's now just down to Jackaboy, and things are looking pretty grim for Damnation here. Jackaboy can bring this back, but does get taken down by King Nitri. And Green Clover with a pretty decisive victory on map 1. They adjusted quite fast to Damnation, who did get the leg up for a few rounds there with the aggressive play, but it just wasn't enough. Taking a look at the stats here, King Nitri was on top of the Green Clover Gaming leaderboard with 6-5. Dragon Cozy in second with 11-5. Viper third with 13-3. Royal Chef 5-7 and Sparks 5-6. Both Chef and Sparks going negative. As Mike takes the lead with 13-7. The only person on Damnation to go positive. As Flare 4-8. Custis Totis 1-9. Vendetta 5-8. And Jackaboy 3-9. As the second map, potentially going to be either Factory or Skyscraper, Green Clover already has 1 point in the bag. All they need is one more match win, and they'll have won this scrim. And it's crazy to think it feels like we just got here. We're only about half an hour into this stream, and already our first match is over. But I guess not every match is going to be as close as we had last time. But that's okay. And we're seeing good performance from both teams. You know, Damnation did come back, get those 2 rounds. And they did play hard. They played aggressive. So it looks like the next map is going to go on Factory. But Green Clover Gaming, one thing they showed is that they're very passive on attack. They like to play the time a little bit, move methodically, drone out, make sure that there's no danger before they move in and kind of secure their angles and take control of the map and cut off the enemy, kind of like constricting them like a snake. And they're very adaptable. They got killed those first 2 rounds, and they quickly adapted on defense to Damnation's fast offense. And we'll see if this carries over into the second map, Factory. Obviously, Factory is different size, has different size rooms. Some are big corridors. There's big open portions of the map, and you'll see potentially more spawn peaks or runouts on this map. As Damnation looks to breach the orange storage, potentially. This is a very common peak on this map, or very common strategy. They'll breach this way. Custis Totis is going to go up on the wall, potentially looking for any kind of flanks, and that might be good because Dragon Cozy is upstairs. So it looks like they might be going all in. Vendetta, Jackaboy, and Flare look like they're ready to pop the door. As Vendetta pops it. And no one is actually covering orange storage right now. Viper moves to do that as we speak. As Kustas Totus and Mike take the stairs, make sure they're not getting cut off at any point. And there's a frag, but it doesn't affect anybody. Viper takes a bit of damage as the wall into A is blown. Nitri, Chef, as Sparks takes out Jackaboy with the headshot. Mike will take down Sparks. Royal Chef and Viper both in connector. Viper takes down Vendetta as Mike rushes in and gets taken out by Royal Chef, who is low. As Dragon Cozy comes out of nowhere with a potential flank. As Nitri, Flare gets taken down by King Nitri. Royal Chef with Kustas Totus, and Dragon Cozy will take down Flare for the first round to go to Green Clover. Green Clover. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I spelled their name wrong again. They're never, ever going to want me to cast it. I'm so sorry, Green Clover. I'm new. I promise. Thank you, Highlighter. I appreciate it. As we start off round 2, looks like both teams are once again ecoing for the Vezins. As we have 3 Spectrals from Green Clover and 5 Spectrals from Damnation. Damnation, again, with the really aggressive plays. They're not trying to mind game their opponent. They're trying to brute force their opponent. And it has worked before. We've seen it work twice in the previous round. But is it going to work this time? Since Green Clover kind of knows what to expect. As Mike opens up the blue hallway window, Jackaboy takes some fire from Sparks at the end of the hallway. There's a good frag, but it's not going to hit anyone. Oh, it does hit Royal Chef, who was standing in the door over there. As Jackaboy fires some suppressive fire, Kustas Todes will enter through the blue stairs as Flare watches, make sure nobody flanks them again, like Dragon Cozy, who is going to flank them again, coming completely out of nowhere. Oh, Dragon might find Flare on the stairs. Oh, as Flare doesn't check. And this could be big. This could be very big as King Nitri takes down Mike. Vendetta kills King Nitri with the headshot. Royal Chef takes down Vendetta. So, and Viper with the frag grenade on Flare. It's now down to Kustas Todes, who gets taken down by Royal Chef. And all that's left is Jackaboy, who is in lockers and on 38 health. This is going to be quite difficult for Damnation to win. Stranger things have happened, but it looks like Jackaboy might need to get ready to pull the rabbit out of the hat with this one. As Royal Chef is just around the corner and takes down Jackaboy. Green Clover wins the second round. We're starting off with a 2-0. Green Clover with some pretty decisive victories there as 4 of their teammates were still alive that round. And here come the Vezins. But both sides should have a couple of Vezins. Yes, Kustas Todes and Flare and Jackaboy and Vendetta. Flare, Vendetta, and Kustas Todes pull out the the Vezins. Jackaboy with the RL. And Vendetta will have the EMP. They're going kind of all in on this round, hoping to get some kills, while Green Clover have left themselves with a bit of a cushion, as 4 of them are running Vezins, and Royal Chef appears to prefer the Cadillo. Which, nothing wrong with that. Cadillo's pretty good if you can hit your shots with it. As Jackaboy and Vendetta and Mike all go upstairs. Flare going upstairs. And they could potentially be going for hatches. This breach from the orange half of the map didn't really work too well from them last time as Dragon Cozy flanked. I guess they almost did get the round. As Mike checks the corner first. And oh my goodness, King Nitri takes out Mike through the wall. Wow, what a crazy, crazy wall bang. As Dragon Cozy gets the headshot on Jackaboy, it's now down to a 2v5. Uh-oh. This might be a little bit troublesome for Damnation as Vendetta takes down the door blocker and Dragon Cozy potentially following. Oh, Dragon Cozy does go into orange storage, but takes more damage from Vendetta, who isn't quite hit by that. It's still a 3 versus 5 as Vendetta is the only one in orange storage right now as Flare and Custos Totus go for the flank. But there's a door blocker. Oh, and Dragon Cozy gets the headshot on Vendetta as Flare and Custos Totus arrive a bit too late. Flare does get the wall bang on Sparks. And there's a grenade. Oh, and Dragon Cozy takes some shots through the A wall. Custos Totus looks to get some height. Oh, and King Nitri is taken out by Flare. And it's a 4 versus 1. Custos Totus is the only one left on Damnation. Still at 100 health. But how do you play this if you're Custos Totus? Well, I think I would start the same way by kind of rotating around. If they, they're expecting Custos Totus to come through the assembly. Might not. Well, kind of taking a big circle. Okay. No. Custos Totus is just scouting it out. Shoots out the roof hatch. Probably as a red herring to draw the attention of Green Clover, who don't appear to be taking the bait, as they all stay pretty glued to the site this time. And Custos Totus on the roof. I'm not sure, is this giving up or going AFK? Some sort of strange team ritual dance that we're seeing right here. Potentially going for a save. That might be what it is. If Custos Totus does save, that'll be a little extra material advantage going into the next round. And they might need it because Green Clover is going to have plenty of cushion left. If you're Custos Totus, I wouldn't even bother moving anywhere at all. Yeah, just stay up on the roof, safest spot. Green Clover will take round 3. And Custos Totus will preserve that Vezin going into the next round, which is probably the smartest play that you could do in that situation. All right, and we're back up onto the 3rd floor, factory. Let's take a look at our scoreboard really quick. All right, in game 2, Green Clover, Royal Chef is on top, having a flawless game right now, 5-0. King Nitri, 3-2. Dragon Cozy also having a perfect game, 3-0. Viper, 2-1. And Sparks, 1-2. As Mike is going 2-3. Flare, 2-3. Vendetta, 1-3. Jackaboy, 0-3. And Custos Totus, 0-2. So currently, nobody on Damnation is going positive. This might change. Of course, we are on round 4. We have a few more rounds before the halftime, the side switch. So we'll see if Damnation can get any kind of points leading into that, and maybe they can bring this back on that side switch. As they once again, oh, it looks like they're going for a hatch play as Mike takes down King Nitri. That's some very good shots from all the way out here. This is a great spot if you're peeking on factory. You can access it by going up this little wall here as Dragon Cozy takes down Vendetta. Oh, Dragon Cozy with the great map control and the flank plays. Dragon can be kind of anywhere and nowhere at once. As Custos Totus is droning in, and Flare watching the hatch. Dragon Cozy is all the way over on orange stairs. Oh, here's the drone. But the drone doesn't spot Dragon as Custos Totus drops. And it's going to be an A rush as Custos Totus doesn't quite get enough foam down. Goes back, puts the extra foam on. And Mike and Jackaboy are approaching from blue hallway as Custos Totus blows the hatch as a red herring to kind of draw the attention. And Custos Totus does find their way inside of A as Viper and Royal Chef are currently watching the cubby. Oh my goodness! It's gonna blow up Custodes! Oh, Custodes does get taken down by Dragon Cozy, but Royal Chef takes on Mike. Dragon Cozy is going to be the one who gets the flank, but Jackaboy does successfully defend against Dragon, ending Dragon's flawless game. And it's now down to Jackaboy and Flare. And Jackaboy is taken down by Royal Chef, and it comes down to Flare, who's up on the hatch right now with a Spectral. And this is looking pretty dire this round for Damnation. Oh, as Flare takes down Royal Chef. Sparks currently watching under the hatch. Watching the EMP. If you're Flare, how do you approach this situation? I think Flare may potentially try and bait out both Sparks and Viper, but I think they're pretty disciplined, and they're probably not going to peek that hatch. It might happen in a pub game, but in a competitive environment like this, people aren't going to go that hungry for kills, as Flare looks to redirect the approach. Speaking down blue hallway. And Viper is still watching the rotation into A site through that wall. And Sparks also watching the cubby, as Flare is recovers that breaching foam and the Cadillo. On the stairs, does blow the wall behind Sparks, catches Sparks off guard with a one-tap from the Cadillo. And Flare is going to need to rush. 8 seconds on the clock, and Viper might time this out. And Viper hears the planting, and successfully gets Flare off the EMP for enough time for Green Clover to time it out, and Viper does secure the kill after the round ends. So we're now going into round 5. As Green Clover goes 4-0 on Damnation. As Custodes, Mike, and Flare all pulling out the Vezins. Excuse me, Mike with the Marui. And looking at our leaderboard here, Royal Chef 7-1, Dragon 5-1, Nitri 3-3, Viper 3-1, and Sparks 1-3. Flare 4-4, Mike 3-4. Flare is actually going neutral, the only one on the team of Damnation to go neutral right now, as Jackaboy has 1-4, Vendetta 1-4, and Custodes 0-3. And it's potentially, it is going to be another orange side map push. And hopefully Damnation's not starting to lose hope. They have a lot of good energy, so let's hope they don't lose hope too early. As they break open the orange storage, Custodes looks to go in closer to Janitor, actually in Janitor. As Mike goes for the wall bangs onto A wall, and it looks like they're going to blow the wall into A this time and control the orange storage. Oh, they're going to blow both walls. As Viper takes down Jackaboy, a great angle from Connector back there. Oh no, here comes Dragon through Electrical, and Custodes is not expecting it at all as Dragon gets the headshot. And it's now down to as a 3 versus 5. Frag by Dragon Cozy does not hit anyone. Mike still outside. Viper gets the trip mine on Vendetta, and it's now down to Flare and Mike as Mike takes down Dragon Cozy and puts the crazy flank plays to an end. For now. As Mike goes to peek into A site. Takes some shots and is taken down by Sparks. It's now up to Flare. Takes some shots at Sparks, but Sparks is pretty well dug in the back there. And Sparks takes out Flare to give the round to Green Clover Gaming. It is now 5-0 for Green Clover Gaming again, and King Nitri's face is just covered in blood. Taking a headshot at one point. And here we are. It is the halftime round, so all the money should be spent now as GCG, Green Clover Gaming, buying up the Vezins and the Cadillo if you're Royal Chef. And Damnation is going to have a pretty tough round as they don't have any spare money. They were going all in on the last round, and so now they're going to go for the say your prayers round as we have Custodes, Vendetta, and Mike all with the Taurus as Jackaboy goes for the Omen. And the Cloak, Mike and Flare both running the Syringes for their team as Flare runs Spectral. And this is going to be quite tough. They're going to need to get those headshots on Damnation. And potentially one of their problems is that they continue to push all in kind of one area. So they're giving Dragon, who is 6'2", the perfect opportunity to go for those flanking plays. And Dragon is really good at that patient, that silent approach as Custodes makes the way into locker room, checking blue hallway. And the team is fanning out and going to blow the hatch on kitchen as we have Jackaboy and Mike on orange stairs. But there's a door blocker and a static there. And no frag from anyone on Damnation as Dragon Cozy goes for a spawn peek, or a peek, but everyone is inside already, so it's not quite going to work, and no one has breaching foam except for Flare, who does have breaching foam. King Nitri will get the headshot on Jackaboy as King Nitri runs back in the server room. Royal Chef with the headshot on Flare. Royal Chef guarding from kitchen. Custodes is taken out by Dragon Cozy. Royal Chef takes out Mike, and it's now down to just Vendetta, who's kind of stuck in the corner there with the Taurus, which is not very good because Sparks and Dragon and Royal Chef, the entire Green Clover team is right there as Vendetta gets the one tap on Dragon Cozy, but gets taken down by King Nitri. And the first half of the game will go once again to Green Clover. And it's now down to the pistol round. Can Damnation bring back this game? It's possible. We've seen them win 2 rounds in the previous map, Hideout. So potentially they can bring it back. Their team has done it before, although we are on different sides now. Let me actually adjust the league settings here. Okay, everyone is spelled correctly this time. I'm not making that mistake again. As Green Clover looking to control the roof here. And Green Clover is going to look to close this out. 3 Spectrals, Cyclone, and a Jesper coming from Green Clover Gaming. As Damnation going in on a last-ditch attempt with 3 Spectrals, 4 Spectrals, and a Cyclone. Custodes waits at the generator window. The question is Green Clover reckless enough to completely leave that angle unattended? They are not. As they pile their way into the blue hallway, they are all pushing in, trying a bit of Damnation's tactics as Vendetta gets the headshot on Dragon Cozy. And King Nitri takes some shots through the wall as Jackaboy comes around. And it doesn't look like anybody has breaching foam, so we're going to have a little bit of a skirmish here. Royal Chef takes out Custodes as Mike and Jackaboy still at the end of the blue hole. Vendetta is taken out by Sparks. Royal Chef takes out Vendetta. And it's now a 3 versus 3. Mike takes out Royal Chef. Oh, Mike drops 2 and Flare drops 1. Viper gets Mike. And Jackaboy and Flare have brought it back. They are not out of this yet. Damnation with 1 round. And this isn't the end for them. You know, Damnation, they've done this before. In the previous game, if you missed it, they actually had 2 rounds that they won back-to-back against Green Clover Gaming. So let's hope they can carry that momentum. They're going to need to play these rounds extremely carefully because Green Clover only needs 1 more win. It looks like Green Clover was kind of taking some plays out of the Damnation playbook last round as they all kind of piled into one section. I think you really need to kind of play this map methodically, which it looks like they're going to do as 2 drones are brought, both one by Royal Chef and one with Sparks. It looks like Green Clover is looking to play the way they did before, which is methodically. They don't want to play on Damnation's pace. They want Damnation to play on their pace because that is what makes them antsy, and it's what gave Green Clover the advantage last game. As the orange storage is now droned, Mike is upstairs, and a frag gets thrown, but doesn't... Oh, it does hit Viper. Viper's now on 42 health. And Dragon Cozy's still watching the window, waiting for the spawn peek as some shots are exchanged between Flare and King Nitri. And Jackaboy runs out and does get the kill on Sparks, but gets taken down by Viper. Dragon Cozy kills Mike, who was roaming upstairs. It's now a 3 versus 4. Vendetta, Custos Totus, and Flare are the only ones up. Custos Totus gets the Vezin on Dragon Cozy. Takes some shots from Viper, and Viper will take out Custos Totus. It's now down to Vendetta and Flare. And Vendetta does have that Vezin hiding in the cubby under the shelf. And Flare watching the connector. As Royal Chef and Viper are in orange storage. Viper peeking. And it looks like they might be getting ready to push in. As Royal Chef gives some suppressing fire on connector, and Vendetta will take down 2. Vendetta takes down 3, and Damnation brings back the round to get a second win on the board. And Green Clover was just not expecting Vendetta to be there, and Vendetta capitalized off of that and dropped all 3 of them in what was potentially looking like it would be a closing round in the game. Jackaboy paying respects to Vendetta. Wow. They're a fun team, Damnation. As Green Clover looking to get revenge on that by going for a lot of Vezins. We have 3 Vezins, a Cadillo from Royal Chef and a RCP from King Nitri. Taking a look at the leaderboard here. Royal Chef is actually on top of the Green Clover leaderboard right now with 12-4. Dragon Cozy 8-5. Viper 8-3. King Nitri 5-5. And Sparks 3-5. And for Damnation, Vendetta 7-7. Flare 5-7. Mike 6-8. Jackaboy 2-7. And Custos Totus 1-7. It's coming down to this. Can Damnation keep this streak up long enough to tie up the match and bring it into a third game? We'll see. As Dragon Cozy takes down the door blocker. Both Jackaboy and Mike are upstairs. As Viper is potentially just watching, waiting for any kind of run out. Royal Chef goes in and does take some fires. Dragon Cozy takes out Custos Totus. Royal Chef taken down by Mike, who is playing orange stairs. Mike is taken down by King Nitri. As Vendetta looks to peek through kitchen, doesn't find anyone, so rotates back into server room. As Jackaboy flanks from upstairs, but it's cut off by Viper. And it's now down to a 2v4. It's going to be tough for Damnation to get this one. They do have Vezins and heals, which is currently Green Clover only has 1 heal. So it's going to rely on Vendetta and Flare's teamwork and communications to win this one. And they'll need to win this one to save their team from getting eliminated after this map. Sparks moves downstairs through orange storage. Comes up orange stairs. And the wall is blown as Viper and Dragon Cozy checking upstairs, making sure no one is flanking. King Nitri and Sparks are holding the angle over to A, as Flare is watching in the server room in the corner over here, in the safe corner, as I like to call it, and Vendetta going through control room to potentially get a flank, as the EMP is planted in kitchen. Time now goes onto the side of the Enforcers, which in this case are Green Clover. And Vendetta are really going to need to make a move here because they're in danger of running out of time if they don't kill all of the Green Clover players and then defuse. Or they could just go for the defuse, but currently Sparks and King Nitri are both watching the angle as Dragon Cozy and Viper are controlling the upstairs. So really, again, they've kind of constricted Damnation to make a move here as Vendetta does get the headshot on Sparks. Looks for King Nitri. King Nitri does take some shots at Vendetta, who heals up, and it's getting down to the wire. As Damnation is going to need to defuse, King Nitri takes out Vendetta, and Viper takes out Flare. And Green Clover have won the scrim. They've taken both matches pretty decisively, as both had the same result, 7-2. And let's take a look at our scoreboard here. Vendetta at the top of the Damnation leaderboard, the only person on the team to go neutral, as Vendetta goes 8-8, Mike 7-9, Flair 5-8, Jackaboy 2-8, and Custis Totis 1-8. Royal Chef 12-5, Dragon Cozy 9-5, King Nitri 7-5, Viper 10-4. Wow, Viper's down in fourth with 10-4. And Sparks 3-6, the only person on the team to go negative. And it was a good match. You know, Damnation, they're a fun team. Everyone's having a good time. But Green Clover was clearly the more experienced team here. They were warming up for about an hour before this when I was talking to Viper earlier. And so they just came into this more experienced, and they took that win. And honestly, you know, that was fair to them. And yeah, that should be it, unless they go for Skyscraper for a little bonus match here. But of course, if Damnation were to win that, it would not count, as Green Clover have already won the scrim. We've actually lost someone. Not Dragon Cozy, not Royal Chef. It's King Nitri. King Nitri having a good 7-5. Goodbye, King Nitri. Hope to see you again sometime in the future. And it's unclear what everyone is going to do here. Maybe for another bonus game. Or they could be leaving. I'm not quite sure. They could be discussing. Let's read some. Oh, VRML does all 3 maps. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like Green Clover is going to be doing this game without King Nitri. My bad. My bad. I thought it was over. It looks like we're, I don't know if we're waiting. Oh! Green Clover Gaming pulls out Highlighter to take over for King Nitri. Welcome, Highlighter. And we're going to go on to Skyscraper. And we'll see if Damnation will pull a rabbit out of the hat and take this third match from Green Clover. Anything can happen. Maybe Green Clover hasn't had as much experience with Skyscraper, although I'm not quite sure that's accurate, because they've been very dominant today. A team of really good players, tight coordination, great map control. They've had that over Damnation the entire stream today. At Damnation, they bring the energy and they don't give up. Even when the situation is looking dire. So, you know, that's what I love about them. And they do have pretty good players. You know, we've seen Mike, Custis Totis. Everyone has shined a little bit and put in the work. But they just haven't had as great of team coordination as Green Clover has. And in this game, team coordination is really half the battle. And so, you know, when you execute that better than the other team, you're gonna do much better. As Sparks looks to drone in, Flair watching the north stairs does get drone. As Vendetta and Custis Totis are all on the same floor, and Highlighter and Sparks take the north stairs, and Vendetta being very careful, watching the stairs, making sure no one can come out. And if they do, Vendetta will be waiting there. As Sparks opens the courtyard window, but it looks to be a bit of a red herring. Or potentially Sparks is just waiting for Vendetta to make a move. As Jackaboy opens up the courtyard window, but Sparks now knows and is stuck on the light. That could have been very fatal for Sparks there, but Jackaboy didn't quite peek it. As Vendetta, Jackaboy, and Custis Totis all in the same side of the hallway, as Viper is just outside of A. And Flair is the only one in A, and Mike is in B. As Custis Totis looks to flank through the lobby, some shots are exchanged between Vendetta and Highlighter. As Dragon Cozy takes out Flair, Highlighter runs back up the stairs as Vendetta pursues and takes the lower half of the stairs. Viper does get that headshot on Mike. And it's just down to Vendetta, Jackaboy, and Custis Totis. And Custodes is flanking through the connector, the cubby there, and gets taken out by Viper, who was expecting. And Vendetta still watching the stairs. Perhaps Jackaboy and Vendetta don't realize they're getting wrapped. Vendetta takes out Royal Chef, but Jackaboy is taken out by Viper. And Vendetta is the only one up as the EMP is now getting planted. And it's down to Vendetta, who doesn't notice Highlighter there. Oh, does notice Highlighter. And Highlighter is taken out as Viper finishes off Vendetta. It was a good defense there from Vendetta, as Viper ended that round on 2 health. Let's take a look at our leaderboard here. Vendetta got 2 of the kills in that last round, as everyone else on Damnation is 0-1. And on Green Clover Gaming, Viper getting a 4K, as Highlighter and Royal Chef were the only 2 to die that round, and Dragon Cozy securing that 5th kill. As for our eco in round 2, it looks like Viper is switching things up and getting a round 2 Vezin, which we haven't actually seen Green Clover do before. Usually they eco until they have enough money to kind of sustain full Vezins throughout the round, but they're looking to kind of go for that risk reward, as everyone else buys light, spectrals and cyclones, and if you're Dragon Cozy, you get the Jesper, which is really something that it seems only Dragon Cozy could pull off. As Dragon Cozy and Viper enter through the north stairs, Highlighter goes into the vent on the south side with the EMP. Flare is in there waiting, as Royal Chef right outside of the red room, and Flare is unknowingly getting pinched as the frag grenade does take out Highlighter will take out Flare, as the frag grenade took out half of Flare's health and the door blocker, letting Royal Chef get in without any detection. And Vendetta is taken down by Highlighter as Mike takes out Sparks, and Mike is taken down by Highlighter as the 2 of them move through the hall here. And Custodes takes out Dragon Cozy as the Viper finishes off Custodes. And Green Clover have won round 2. And they're starting off 0-2 again. Round 3, here we go. We're starting to see, we've seen this trend before, as Green Clover kind of dominates Damnation for the first 6 rounds. And Damnation really needs to kind of find any kind of weakness, but they're struggling to do that, and so they can't really capitalize off of any kind of bad plays from Green Clover, because Green Clover is just having a really good night, and their players again are a little bit more experienced. But Damnation does have 3 Vezins this time, as we're seeing again 4 Vezins and a Cadillo from Green Clover, as they kind of play loose. Custodes out in the lounge, while Vendetta, Jackaboy, and Mike, well, it looks like they're all kind of back at the sites now. It's Flare, yeah, it looks like they're going to be defending this hallway outside of A and B, as Royal Chef goes with a very direct approach, and they open up the window right outside of lounge, as Highlighter takes Vendetta, finds that very early kill. And Mike takes out Highlighter. Great headshot from Mike, as Viper and Dragon Cozy open the top hatch. Dragon Cozy will take out Jackaboy, and it's now down to Mike and Custodes and Flare. A 3 versus 4, as that hatch is open, and Dragon Cozy is watching that, making sure Custodes doesn't get too close, as Custodes does find that headshot on Sparks. And Royal Chef is still outside, recovers that EMP, peeking the window, as Flare is down by the vending machines, and Viper is right outside of the door blockers. Flare finds that kill on Royal Chef. Flare is incredibly low on 14 health, and it's down to just Dragon Cozy and Viper. And it looks like Damnation may get this round, but we'll see, as Dragon Cozy does have a Vezin, so does Viper. They both have heals, but we do have 2 Vezins from Damnation, Mike and Custodes. And Flare is running the Spectral on 14 health, mind you, as Custodes is taken down by Dragon Cozy, who is still watching the hatch. And Dragon Cozy does rotate down, throws that heal to Viper. Great team play there. Recovers the frag grenade. And the heal is tossed back. As Viper takes some shots from Mike in the sight. And where's Flare? Flare is going for a flank with the frag grenade. But the frag grenade doesn't go far enough. And Dragon Cozy's taken down by Mike. Viper takes down Mike. And it's now just down to Flare. And Viper is right around the corner. But Viper is actually expecting the flank. So maybe Flare can get... Oh, and Flare takes down Viper for the 2-1. Damnation not going quietly. And this is the closest they've gotten to matching Green Clover all night. And that's very, very good for Damnation as it cuts the momentum of Green Clover a little bit. But Green Clover was planning for this. And that's why they eco for the first 2 rounds typically, so that they have enough money later on to buy these Vezins in case they falter for 1 round. As we see, we have a new player on Damnation. We have Orokana. Welcome, Orokana. As Orokana starts off with the Cadillo. And we have 2 Cadillos, one from Custodes, the other from Orokana. And Vendetta, Mike, and Flare, all running Vezins. As Dragon Cozy and Royal Chef are running the heals. Both of them have Breaching Foam, as Viper runs Cloak. And Sparks, Highlighter, not running any utilities for this round, probably to save as much money as they possibly can. Okay. And Dragon Cozy enters through the... I'm trying to blank. The North Stairs. Dragon Cozy, Viper, Highlighter, and Sparks all entering through the North Stairs, fanning out. And Royal Chef opening up the podcast room. But waiting in there is Mike and Custodes, who exchanged some fire with Highlighter and Dragon out there. And Mike is actually safe from Royal Chef right now, but if Mike backs up a little bit too much, Royal Chef is going to catch Mike. As Dragon Cozy takes out Custodes, which leaves Dragon on 20 health. As Royal Chef swings in and hits the trip mine, and Mike will take out and clean up. Mike with the triple kill on Highlighter. Mike takes out Dragon Cozy, and it's down to Viper and Spark. And Viper does take out Mike, and it's down to a 3 versus 2. And it's up to Viper and Sparks to secure this round. As Sparks is just waiting for someone to peek out of the hallway there. But Orokana is still in B, watching B, and making sure that nobody flanks them. Vendetta rotates back into B, into the broadcast room. As Flare still waits outside. And Viper is going all the way around. Going for the wrap as Sparks looks to rotate and back out of that challenge from Flare. But little do they know that Orokana is flipping around a Cadillo in the broadcast room. And Orokana's patience is going to come into play here. As Viper and Sparks are rapidly approaching the broadcast room, and they look to enter through server. Sparks, of course, carrying that EMP, and Orokana is still watching that door, the door out to the North Stairs hallway, as both Sparks and Viper make their way into server room. And there's a wall there that they're going to blow. As Sparks does have the breaching foam, they're going to need to be very, very fast as they have less than 30 seconds on the clock. And there's 3 Damnation players that they need to take out as Viper finds that kill on Orokana. And Sparks is going to go for the plant. Sparks looking to plant it. 15 seconds to plant. As it comes down to Vendetta and Flare. And Viper is going to be watching Sparks back here. As the EMP is planted, time is now flipped over to the Green Clover team. As Flare looks to flank from the hallway, Viper goes to cut off with the cloaking device activated as Vendetta pushes up to the broadcast room, potentially going through the vent, but Sparks would be waiting right there, except Sparks turns around at probably the worst time. Actually, no, because Vendetta decides to go around the other way where Sparks was waiting, and Sparks finds that kill on Vendetta. Very good kill from Sparks, and it's now just down to Flare, who unknowingly is walking right into the trap of Viper, who's cloaked. Oh, but just barely leaves, and Flare Viper chases Flare out, but Sparks will land that kill first as Green Clover takes that third round. Wow. Let's take a look at our scoreboard really quick, as Mike is currently on top, the only player on Damnation be going positive this game, 6-4, as Custis Totis 2-4, Flare 2-3, Orokana 0-1, and Vendetta 0-1. And on the Green Clover gaming side, Highlighter on the top with 4-3, Viper 8-1, Sparks 3-2, Dragon Cozy 4-3, and Royal Chef is 0-3, the only member of Green Clover to go negative. But that's okay, we still have plenty of time. This is round 5, so one round before halftime. As Green Clover looks to solidify their pocket money a little bit more, as we have Highlighter is going to be ecoing on Spectral, Viper and Sparks both running Vezins, as well as Dragon Cozy. Royal Chef with that trademark Cadillo. Royal Chef has run with Cadillo the entire game. I guess some people just prefer that single fire to the Vezin, which is great for Royal Chef because that saves so much money because you don't have to spend it that extra amount for the Vezin. As it looks like Green Clover is going to take this side of the map again. As Highlighter breaks the window open into Lounge, Vendetta is waiting right behind the box there. Highlighter opens it, and Vendetta one-taps Highlighter. An impressive Taurus shot, and the hatch is already blown into management as Vendetta is taken out by Dragon Cozy. And it's now down to a 4 versus 4. As Dragon Cozy and Royal Chef take the upstairs, and Sparks is also upstairs as Royal Chef takes down Orokana. And it's a 3 versus 4 as the wall outside of management is blown. Flare is in the hallway, but Viper is waiting once again. Custis Totis takes out Royal Chef, and Mike drops through the hatch. Custis Totis drops 2, Viper drops 2, and Green Clover win as Viper drops Mike. A crazy series of events there as Mike drops through the hatch and took out 2 Green Clover players as Viper. The patience really paid off as Viper, who was cloaked, takes out the remaining 3 Damnation players with the Vezin. And it's now halftime, so everyone's going to spend their money, and Damnation looking to end off on a strong note as everyone has bought into rifles there except for Vendetta, who's running Cadillo. And similarly, we have the same thing on Green Clover. Everyone is running rifles, and Royal Chef is running Cadillo again as the sites are back into broadcast, and I can't remember what this one is. It's not mixing. I think this one might be mixing. I can't remember. But we do have the second floor spawns right off the server room again, and it looks like that Green Clover is going to go all in through the south stairs, except for Viper, who is going into and opening the podcast room. As Highlighter and Dragon both go through the vent, Flare is waiting in red room this time as Sparks takes the stairs. Sparks does have the EMP and is being droned currently. As Dragon Cozy is taken out by Flare, who was not expecting that. And Highlighter is in the vent, exchanging fire with Flare. Flare is now kind of trapped in the red room, unless you shoot out the window here and run across the catwalk. But Vendetta is coming in to reinforce. As Royal Chef is taken down by Custis Totis, Viper takes down Vendetta. And Flare is still kind of trapped in the red room a bit. Custis taking some shots and takes out Sparks as a Viper does take out Flare. And Viper drops two. Viper drops Custis. And it's down to Oricana and Mike against Highlighter and Viper. And Mike still watching the podcast room as Oricana looks to flank through the lobby. And this could be big for Damnation. If they get in another round here, it could be one more step in the right direction on getting the win and preventing Green Clover from reaching that 5-1 lead that they absolutely don't want to go up against. As Oricana takes some shots, none of them hit. And now Highlighter and Viper know where those shots came from. As Viper looks to salvage the EMP from the dead body of, I believe that was Sparks. And Highlighter pops the wall in server room as Oricana comes back through the podcast room, and Mike is now watching the hole in the wall. And Oricana is going to look to reinforce, watching the same angle actually, as Mike rotates through the vent there. Oh, it just barely turns off a Highlighter at the wrong time. This Highlighter is peeking the window, trying to cut off Oricana. And it looks like everyone is just barely moving out of each other's line of sight. As Oricana looks to get the kill on Viper. And Mike takes kill on Highlighter. And Damnation will go into halftime with only 2 rounds under Green Clover. As we head into the side switch, Damnation now on the offense. And Green Clover on the defense. A crazy match, and very well played by Damnation. Okay, I'm spelling everybody's names right. That's good. Damnation. They want to make sure that Green Clover knows they're not out of this yet. This is the closest they've ever really been to taking down Green Clover. They're only 2 rounds down, and depending on how well the pistol round goes, they could potentially bring this back and maybe even tie up or possibly get ahead of Green Clover. But we've seen Damnation's style of attack. They're very aggressive, and they like to all kind of rush in as one continuous unit, which may work here. And Dragon Cozy we see taking the very stealthy approach again as Dragon Cozy goes once again for the flanks, and Oricana and Mike are going to take the north stairs. Excuse me, the south stairs, as the lobby is currently being droned. And Oricana and Mike will go over the railing as Custis and Vendetta still on the roof. And Damnation definitely looking to wrap as Dragon Cozy takes out Flare. Dragon Cozy once again going for the flank. Just incredibly good. Oh my goodness, Dragon Cozy takes out Custis, who knew that Dragon Cozy was there. Oh, and Dragon Cozy takes some shots. Unsure where from, though. From Vendetta, it looks like. And Dragon Cozy will kind of enter the sleeper state once again and look for another stealth kill. As Viper takes the corner of conference room, waiting for Oricana and Vendetta to walk into A. And Royal Chef is behind the curtain. I believe he actually can't get wallbanged behind the curtain. As Vendetta and Oricana now going wide and looking through the door. As Mike takes out Sparks and is taken out by Dragon Cozy, who once again flanks from out of nowhere. And Oricana will take out Dragon Cozy, but Dragon Cozy gets the frag, and Viper takes down Vendetta. And Green Clover quickly cementing their lead, gaining that 5-2 lead. And Damnation, they worked so hard to get 2 rounds down, and now they're kind of losing their momentum a little bit as Dragon Cozy does buy that round 2 Vezin and gives it to Viper. And it looks like Damnation is going to go ecoing as both Mike and Orokana are running Tauruses. Costestodis with the Spectral. Flare with the Spectral. Orokana actually running a Taurus and a Jesper. And let's take a look at our scoreboard really quick. Viper, oh my goodness, Viper is having an incredible game. 15-2 on the top of the Green Clover Gaming leaderboards. As Dragon Cozy comes in second with 9-6. By the way, I love the way that Dragon Cozy plays. Just comes out of nowhere, it gets a kill, and then takes off and goes into hiding again. As Highlighter 4-5, Sparks 3-4, Royal Chef 1-5, Mike 8-6, Costestodis 6-7, Flare 3-6, Orokana 2-3, and Vendetta 1-4. And where have the enforcers gone? Here they are. It's Flare walking around the outside of the catwalk. And it looks like the rest of Damnation is fanning out on the south stairs as Costestodis goes down the the lobby and is flanking around, watching out for Dragon Cozy, who is once again looking for flanks as Costestodis makes a lot of noise. Dragon Cozy is being incredibly patient, waiting for Costestodis to flank or to walk through that door. And Viper takes out Mike as Dragon Cozy is being ever so patient, waiting. Highlighter takes out Vendetta. And it looks like Costestodis is rotating around, and Dragon Cozy's trap didn't quite pay off. As Viper is quite low. And we're seeing some shots being exchanged between Flare as Viper is killed by Costestodis' trip mine. Wait. No, Costestodis was killed by Viper's trip mine. I had to think about that for a second. As Orokana takes out Highlighter with the headshot. A good one tap there. Sparks takes out Flare. Sparks on 1 health as Viper heals up. And Dragon Cozy throws the frag down the hallway, but it doesn't quite hit anyone. And it looks like Orokana, who was our last Damnation player alive, is going to go down that same window. Orokana might potentially get Sparks. Oh, doesn't see Sparks. And there's a trip mine there, and Royal Chef now knows that Orokana is there, as Orokana uses the Iron Sights Taurus to try and finish off one of the opponents. And Orokana is waiting for one of the Green Clover players to hop through the window. But if it's one thing we've seen with Green Clover, it's that I was wrong and that they do rush. And Dragon Cozy takes out Orokana. I was going to say that, or Green Clover typically sticks inside and they don't go for runouts, except for Dragon Cozy, who proves me wrong all the time. As Green Clover on 6-2. And let's hope Damnation can break the curse and potentially get a 3rd point on Green Clover here. But it's looking a bit tricky as they don't leave themselves with a whole lot of eco. They're going all in on this round with rifles. Costestodis with the Vezin. Orokana with the Marui. Vendetta is currently running Jesper, hasn't decided on a gun yet. Mike with the Vezin. And Flare also with the Vezin. And meanwhile, on Green Clover Gaming, they are running their standard loadout: 4 Vezins, 1 Cadillo. Of course, Cadillo is with the Royal Chef. And Viper is having a 17-2 game right now. Going absolutely crazy. As we approach what could be the final round in the scrim. Green Clover has already won two maps, and this is just the nail in the coffin for Orokana as Damnation as Orokana takes shots at the door blocker, possibly to bait out some of the Green Clover team, but they're very patient. Oh no. Oh no. Custodes taken out by Dragon Cozy. And that's got to be irritating because it seems like Custodes always rounds the corner and walks right into the headshot of Dragon Cozy. As Dragon takes out two, he takes out Mike on the stairs. Orokana swings in, and Dragon Cozy takes out Orokana as well. And it's just down to Vendetta and Flare against the entire team. Vendetta is taken out by Viper, and it's now just down to Flare, who does have the Vezin, and both Dragon Cozy and Highlighter are quite low at the moment. Taking some shots, and Royal Chef takes out Flare, and that's going to finish off Damnation. What an incredible performance by Green Clover. These guys came to play today. They were very experienced, great coordination. And Damnation, never getting more than 2 rounds on Green Clover Gaming. And let's take one final look at our leaderboard here. Viper went 18-2 in a scrim. Very impressive. Dragon Cozy 13-7. Very impressive. Highlighter 5-6. Sparks 4-4. And the Royal Chef 2-6. Meanwhile, over on Damnation, Mike is 8-8. Custodes 6-9. Flare 3-8. Orokana 3-5. And I can't remember the last one because I've already left. So we'll go with Emil, 1-6. Just an incredible performance by Green Clover. They were just dominant the entire game. There's really nothing else to say other than the fact that Green Clover came to win, and they played very, very well. Damnation, again, this is a professional environment, so Damnation, probably performs a lot better in pubs. But when you come into like scrims like this, it gets a lot tougher because you're going up against a lot of experienced players who have those comms, who have that great map control, who have the aim required. I mean, pro environments are usually mostly headshots. Most people aren't killed by body shots, unlike the pubs where, headshots are common, but a lot of the time, you can get away with a lot more than you can in a scrim. But we're going to close out of this match here. And I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Congratulations to Green Clover Gaming, who have won. Thank you and good game to Damnation. If you did like the scrim here and you want to see more of these, please do leave a follow. I appreciate that. It helps me out, and I can bring more attention to these VRML teams. But if we're done here, I think I'm going to end it off here. I'm very hungry and very thirsty. So I'll see you all later. Have a great night, guys.